Okay, we are live. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Burned Over Scars of War. Had to skip last week due to laryngitis. I am sorry. So, this is the third of now four sessions. But we left off with some people doing some good gambling. We left off with some Animal Planet officialness and a mall being taken over by a wonderful person who believes in the gray wing of death. So, if you want to know our players and their characters, please go back and see some of the earlier videos. And with that, we will begin with the session begin moves that people may have. I know there's at least one from Harmony. Does anyone else? I don't think the cult devotional trigger just yet, Orchid, but I know that Harmony has one. Does anyone else have a beginning of session move? Okay, so let's roll for that.
Actually, I think I have two beginning of session moves now, possibly.
Wait, let's see. Whisper of the Grey Wing and.
I think I might have forgotten to write in the other one, but I think if I go down...
Oh, yeah, you have a cult too.
Yep, I now have the group that worships the spirit, the ghosts of the mall.
Okay, so roll you're hard and then you're cool.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it's you're weird and you're cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Move safety.
Yeah, the roll for your parties in the safety
Yeah,
tabs.
I was just heading over there. Okay, first off, let's see how this weird roll goes. Okay, that's a 9.
Okay, you get to ask one. Or state
Okay, I
one.
don't know if they're actually re-rolling. In fact, I think they're just glitching out. Let me
Let
delete
me
and
see.
re-roll. Because I keep getting the exact same roll multiple times.
Huh.
Okay, so that's a 10 and a...
Ooh.
I think that though my cool is a 1, so it's a
It's a
7.
0.
A 0?
Your cool is 0.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's a 6 then.
Yeah.
Cool.
This isn't something I could assist with, is it?
Nope. There has to be a special move to get to be able to help with beginning of session moves.
Whatever. I'm marked 2 experience at least.
Yeah, and let's do the Whispers of the Grey Wing.
Yeah. So yeah, for Whispers of the Grey Wing, I think who needs our protection if you will give it to them?
Ooh. Mm,
Better not be Carlisle because he's not getting any of our protection right now.
the Lucky Canaries.
And are they the ones that lead that run the gambling place?
No, they're the ones who squat in the Library of the Ancients and
No.
have
Okay.
slowly been delving deeper into it, clearing out the aliens that remain.
Okay. Yeah, and then let me take a look. Does our orchid already have a leadership copied over to theirs? Otherwise, I'll need to go over to the, yeah. I'll just go over to the basic moves. And on the miss,
Oh, you get a second question of the Great Wing.
oh, right. Sorry about that. Just so much opening stuff happening now.
No problem.
Uh, uh, I think in that case, who means to do death now? Whose heart and will has turned now to violence?
Oh, good question. I think that's Madame Arachne.
Oh, I never trusted her.
I mean, the Grey Wing of Death loves her more than you, so I mean,
I know.
and yet, so your followers will offer you no devotion,
Yep.
and both their demands are triggered.
Yeah. Cool. And going down, both my followers demand teaching and worship.
Yep.
Cool.
So I think we're going to. I want to continue the scene where we left off with Orchid.
Yeah, I just forgot about this, but now that we had that devotion move, should I roll it every session, right?
No, it's
For my...
not every session anymore. It is the beginning of the session or when enough time has passed. I think we're going to
Okay.
start out where it's not enough time has passed. We're going to continue where you, Carlisle, and Hiss were going to see that big roller, or that person that Mr.
Glitch.
Grand wanted dead.
Glitch, wasn't it?
Yes, Glitch. Oh wait, that's the other war person, isn't it? Yeah.
War person is the preferred term, Ferret. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys were outside the lobby last time, and there was a this is a very very well kept. Like the floors are polished and dusted. There is no dirt or grime or rust around here. It looks like when the ship came down and there was no destruction around this place. And there are these two pneumatic doors, and you can see that the wiring has been jury-rigged and reloaded, cross-wired, all sorts of stuff over the years to make it keep working. Seems to be on its last legs now with so many pieces of tape and different wires cut and crossed. But I think this woman with a prosthetic leg, or what an artisanal prosthetic leg. It is just this conical. She at her knee there is a conical spike that is that matches with her singular high heel as she walks out of the pneumatic doors. At her side, she has a very impressive submachine gun, and in her hands, a clipboard. And
Here to see Glitch.
do you have an appointment?
No.
Did you two fight in the war? And she looks up and chat. You know, is not going to say anything, but Carlisle is obvious.
Yeah, obvious biomods and everything. Yeah. I just nod and say, yeah, he'll remember.
Yes, hisses with Carlisle.
I have the feeling that everybody who wants to be with Carlisle is with Carlisle, because we had to go see Glitch, and Carlisle's response was just, well, let's go do it. You know, like straight up, just directly talk to him. So whatever anyone wants to do is.
I'm
Yeah.
going to start purring quite loudly and rub up against her.
He likes you.
Are you trying to charm or deceive her, Hiss?
Oh, let's see.
That is cool. Your best stat.
Oh, it's absolutely. You know what? Could I open my brain to the maelstrom to see if I can pick anything up about her?
About her, about Glitch, about the situation, anything, yeah.
Okay. So, which page is the roll for your party room on?
Safety.
Okay.
The safety tab. And I think it's from what this is showing, we're probably going to need to just delete the dice and keep re-rolling.
Oh, that's what I was planning on doing. Okay, there it goes. It wasn't actually letting me clear the room.
Oh, I'd already cleared the room, I thought, but anyway.
Okay, that is a 10 plus 2 is 12.
Not bad. Okay. I think you get this. You are connected to the aliens through your mutations, correct? I mean, like it was like that alien mutagen that mutated you further.
You know what? I'm not sure where my weirdness comes from. I just know that what is it? It could be technology, it could be aliens, it could be nanites, it could be environmental radiation. But sure, why not? Let's go with aliens.
Um, yeah, I think your senses are sharper than those of you, those around you, and I think the aliens speak through a a kind of telepathy,
Mm-hmm.
and you pick up that that kind of telepathy is being transmitted in the room that Glitch is in, and it is not an angry kind of transmission. This seems to be calm and collected.
Yeah, I'm going to use my little cat language to warn Carlisle that apparently Glitch is in league with the aliens, or is
Well,
communicating with them in a friendly fashion.
let's say, do you think you are? Do you want to take the lead into this room if you are leading your comrades into danger?
Well, considering that gives them a boost, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and you improve.
Yeah. Happy accident.
Yep. So the secretary will open the doors and I think waits has you guys wait a bit. Does a little bit of small talk, a little bit of checkup, and finally the doors
Against her
will.
more and purr and get in the way because I'm a cat.
Damn it. And she will finally open the doors, and inside is I think like this is a scarred war machine. Like half of their armor had been blown off. Like they've been repaired with grafts and metal plating instead of what made up their parts before. And you can see that like I think even like there's like this heavy metal plate over the front half of their forehead, which and I think for like a stylized piece, there is a magnet that is one of those old. Like it was an old support X cause ribbon, but now it's just decoration. And they're behind this really impressive mahogany desk, and I think there are a few big fuck off weapons in here because you don't you don't become. You're not one of these people without access to a cache.
Glitch.
Carlisle.
I need something on the ship. Will you give it to me?
Depends on what it is.
There are codes. I've been told that there are codes to a vault deep within the ship. I need it for the mission.
Which mission? Mission.
The mission. The one we were built for.
I follow a different path now.
Betrayal. I would like to. You know what? I would like to invoke my warlord. What does my warlord, my AI, make of a rogue squad mate?
Oh, I would say you could read, but yeah, this makes sense. I think kill switch does not take any half measures. This is obviously betrayal. And let me check your weapons real quick.
Pulse rifle and nanoblade.
Yeah, I think you choose your improvement, because it may in
Oh, I've already chosen my improvement. Sorry, I
Oh.
chose the thingy, the self-possessed, so I could resist my machine's urges if I wanted to.
yeah, well, it's kill switch is going to pull out your heavy pulse rifle and wants to threaten Glitch into giving up the codes. So you can resist or go aggro.
You know what? I'll just go aggro because why not?
This can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. So, go aggro is plus
Aggro. It's confront someone.
confront someone. Yes, 0. We're not at do battle yet. That is a 7. Nope, that's a snake eyes.
Yep. Well, I mean, Hiss, do you want to help?
I absolutely want to help. Carlisle's my friend. So let me see what I can do here.
Oh, and also, if people are tired of roll for your party, if you have physical dice, feel free to roll those, and we will just follow the honor system.
It's not been very kind to us, I will not say that.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
We were talking about it last night. Roll dice with friends, at least you fail and you know you failed. So let's see, I'm rolling with HX, correct?
Correct.
So that is 4 plus
3.
Carlos, 3 is 7.
Yeah, so I will say that Hiss, you can roll your aggro instead.
Okay. That is an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Yeah, it works. And Glitch, glares at this pulse rifle charging up, and
The hissing cat.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I think Hiss has done a little bit more than just hissed. I have gotten behind him and put my big paws on either side of his head. And I'm kind of licking his neck in that way that a cat does to say, I'm licking you right now, but I can bite you any goddamn time I want.
Oh, I don't think Glitch would let you near them that close. I mean, you can feel free to be threatening with your quill tail.
I mean, I do have that weird ass cat shimmering, almost invisibility stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, feel free to threaten by just going invisible in the fucking room.
Yeah, I'll just do that and like kind of, you know, send vague hisses bouncing off the wall.
Yeah, so
That's much more terrifying.
Glitch will I think sit down and put their hands up.
Well, why'd you do it, Glitch?
I need to survive. I want recuperation. Recoup.
You think they'll repay you? They'll leave you worse off than they left this world.
I meant you. Pay me for the codes.
Sure thing. Who was it who has all the money? It's Orchid. Orchid, pay the man.
You are muted, Orchid.
Oh, and you see Orchid just stop fiddling with all her bags, and then why you just say this that Orchid should pay the man? She pulled out her piece of brain picker gear, and looks disappointed, puts it back in her pocket and says, "Well, okay. How much is it? How much do those machines need to survive?"
He wants what amounts to 3 barter. Or they want what amounts to 3 barter.
What the hell are you, like, you eating gold? 3 barter? You're an expensive guy. Does that mean we hire your muscles as well?
That means I won't lay claim to what you find. That is buying the deeds and the codes.
I'll pay for it if your followers haven't paid you enough tribute, Orchid.
Nah, I've got enough. I just wanna tease him because Orchid doesn't really understand machines that well. At least not machines that can think themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, Orchid, Glitch is in a leadership position in the exoskeleton, and Hiss said they're in league with aliens. That is one of your conspiracy beliefs. Are you going to pay
Yeah.
someone who's in league with the aliens?
Well, if his says so, if his agrees with paying that weird metal man, that would convince me. But still, like, I've this alien tech, and this guy is in league with aliens. Why not pick his brain with that piece of gear? I wanted to try it anyway.
Oh dear gods, what piece of gear?
I have a piece of brain picker gear. That's just something that came up with the character creation.
Oh, and which one did you pick? You have the Heavenly Tiara, and you can use your followers for augury.
But there was also something about just alien brain pick tech thing. So the way I'm reading is that I could access anything brainish.
Oh yeah, no, you need to. No, there's a the brain picker comes with a list of gear. You would pick one item from that.
Okay, I did not do that in the beginning. But yeah, let's pay that man.
Mario's raising a really interesting point. And I've got an advance sitting here. And I'm wondering, is there some way that Hiss could have a piece of brain picker gear that would be useful in this situation?
I don't think there would be a piece of brain picker gear that would be useful in this situation, but you could take deep brain scan and
Which is, yeah, I was
a
just
brain
looking at
picker
that.
move. And
Or Mario could have the in-eye brain lenses. And we
Yes,
could
but
play-
that just lets you read someone weird.
What does he want out of it, though? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
the deep brain scan and the deep brain lenses would be fine, but would be better. But you
I'm
might
taking
also
that advice.
yeah. But if you get deep brain scan, you can uh ask questions about that person, or if you get in brain puppet strings, you can input psychic commands in people.
Oh God, Ferret, why do you have to do this to me? That's
I mean, aren't all cats control freaks?
oh God. All right. Yeah, in brain puppet strings. Because really what you need is a cat that can manipulate people with its weird brain after coming back from the dead once already.
Oh dear gods.
Look, you're the one who suggested it, Ferret.
You could also have taken Lost.
What's lost?
When you whisper someone's name into the world's psychic maelstrom, roll plus weird. On a hit, they come to you, with or without any clear explanation of why. On a 10 plus, take plus one forward against them. On a miss, you'll get asked questions. Answer them honestly.
All right, so I am going to roll weird to use in-brain puppet strings on glitch.
Okay. And I think like you've
That is a miss. That is a
oh
straight up miss.
oh dear. I don't know if anyone can help this weird. I think the only person who would be able to help the weird cat would be Orchid, because Orchid knows that cultish nonsense. What did you get, Hiss?
I got a 5. On a miss, their brain freaks out and they suffer psi harm.
Yep.
And I have 2 psi.
Yeah.
Did I just lobotomize glitch?
Well, uh, I'll say that. Ooh. Well, Psyharm usually changes their threat type. And yeah, I think they were an infiltrator. They're a warlord now. And another, I think for the hard move, I'm just going to pick one of their threat moves and push it as hard as I feel. So let me check the threat moves real quick. Yeah. Okay, let me check the weaponized real quick. Ooh, none of this looks nice. None of this looks nice.
You don't have to be smiling.
I know I don't have to. Yeah, I think Glitch was sitting down. They reach under their desk, press this button, and all the paintings in the room lift up, go sideways, move down, and there are turrets behind these paintings, and they are all pointed at you. Well, not all at Hiss, all at everybody. I think we can come to a different arrangement now.
Fire the gun.
Yeah, do battle then.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I think we could go to like a crew move because like Orchid is not impressed. This is still a metal man that used to fight all the time. That's something we knew
Yeah,
would
let's
come.
open up that special. That I'm gonna open up the Harrier and check out these battle moves because you guys can definitely do this as a group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys are doing battle together, so I think that this means that you are initiating uh, Carlisle, so you will be the one rolling.
Okay.
But oh no, everyone rolls hard. So you will be the one rolling for the group. Everyone else will, if they succeed, will give you +1 bid, and if they fail, they will give Glitch +1 bid. So let's let Carlisle roll first, and then we will.
Okay. That is 8.
Okay, so you hold 3 currently.
3. Cool.
So Orchid, you roll next, plus hard.
That is horrible. That's a plus hard. It's only a 5.
Then that means Glitch is holding 2. Hiss, you roll.
Hard is +1. By the way, folks, don't forget I let us in, so we all have 1 armor extra.
Yeah.
Crossing my fingers. That is a 7.
Okay, so Carlisle, you're up to 4 bid.
4 bid versus his 2, right? Is that correct?
That is correct. Let me check at least to. No, your enemy has 2, so technically he now has 3.
Okay. So type into the chat, right, and then say it. Like when you're ready.
Correct, and I will. Okay, I am ready when you are.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, ready, set,
1,
and
2, 3, go.
ooh, we're tied on C's initiative.
Yes, and these turrets are for harm, close, loud area, so they are hitting everyone.
Okay.
And that is a +1 fight for blood, so that is 5 damage total for everyone is carrying +1 armor forward.
Mm-hmm.
And you fought defensively, so
Yeah.
you will and fight opportunistically allows you to hit another person or to let me.
I was hoping that would let us take on the turrets as well as.
Oh no, that would I don't think you would. I think it'd be better to guard someone.
Okay, sure. I have to admit I find the fighting in Apocalypse World is completely not making sense to me yet.
Yeah, it is because I don't think you would be able to target the turrets themselves unless you were attacking the room.
Yeah. However, you know, I just kind of assume because we're fighting as a group, that we'd be fighting as a. It would involve maybe fighting more than one target as well.
But no, fighting defensively fighting as a group allows you to remove one person from taking harm completely.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just giving them -1.
Cool. Then I will. Can I change that one to protect someone would involve one of us taking the harm of somebody else, though, wouldn't it?
No, you just when you're fighting as a group, when you protect someone, you just guard them from all harm.
Okay. Where are these rules, by the way?
These are in the Harrier update, the battle
okay.
update.
So in the playbooks
Yeah.
at the end. Okay. That makes sense now. So yeah, I will do that. Protect someone then, if that's okay. Thank you for.
So are you guarding Orchid or Hiss? And I will say it's probably better to guard Orchid.
I was gonna guard Orchid. Hiss is a big cat.
Hiss, you have 4 armor. You take 1 harm. Carlisle, how much armor do you have?
So I have 1 armor to begin with, and then I guess
You fought defensively, which lowers the harm by 1. And
2.
following Hiss in gives you another armor. So you have 3 armor.
Yes. So I take.
So you take 2 harm.
Cool. Again, it's the clocks. I'm sorry. Does that take me from 12 to
That goes from what you are at.
3?
You are currently at 3 o'clock. That takes you to 9 o'clock.
Okay. Oops. How do I mark that? Where do I mark that?
It is the
Oh, I see the countdown tab. Sorry, I've forgotten how this works.
no sweat.
Cool.
And yeah, so roll 2d6 minus the harm taken, or no, plus the. Let me check the harm in, because I've been running Apocalypse World and Burned Over, which they have the exact opposite harm rules.
Okay. So you roll when you take harm as well. Okay.
Minus the harm. So yeah, you roll 2d6 minus 1, and minus 2. Hiss, you roll 2d6 minus 1. And you want to roll high.
+1, you said?
Minus 1.
Yeah, that actually gives me, that takes me to 2.
Ooh.
Well, I got a 6 as well. After the minus 2.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, I do have a move when I face death, when I die.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you take an additional harm. Carlisle and Hiss, you are trapped under the desk to avoid gunfire.
Okay. So did I take extra harm or not?
No, you don't take any extra harm. You are under the desk narratively, and you cannot do anything else. You will not be able to do anything until you extricate yourself from the desk. And you are now at 10 o'clock, which means you are non-stabilized. I need you to roll cool to act under fire, Carlisle.
Okay. Nope.
That's a failure.
That's a 3.
Ooh. So yeah, that means you may still act. Every action you take, you will have to try and stabilize again, and but every action you take will inflict 1 section of harm.
Okay. But is that after we resolve what we did in return?
Yeah, that's after you resolve what you do. So technically this means every move, every roll you do will inflict harm, not every narrative.
I just mean more along the lines of we've done our do battle, kick some ass, etc. as a team. What harm do we inflict in return?
You inflicted 1 environ, which is 4 harm AP when brought to bear on one person. This blows Glitch's body open. What armor they had left is gone. You can see that you have.
Does burst fire allow me to hit some of the turrets as a tag? So it's like
you would have to. That would mean that you unload all ammo you have to use burst fire. But I would say yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, all the turrets are knocked down. Glitch has mere moments of consciousness left before they drift off. You realize that you have moments to grab the codes before they are lost.
Yeah.
Orchid, get into his head.
Hold on. How do we
Right.
feel about his healing glitch? Or at least
Um,
stabilizing glitch?
It's a metal person. Since when do we heal them?
On the way
It
here,
puts, it puts them in our debt.
mm,
Oh,
Or you're healing
I
an
see where
enemy.
you're going.
yeah, you know what? If we can heal him and maybe have some way like rid him of some sort of alien influence in the process, you know, like convert,
Okay.
you know.
And Carlisle, don't worry, just don't do anything. I'm going to get to you in a second.
I'm all right.
Roll a healing touch, Hiss, as you lick this dying metal person.
7 plus 2 is a 9.
Okay, you get to choose. Well, does Orchid want to help with this?
Yeah, I just thought it's a metal person. I actually could help because I know like some basics about repairing machines.
Mm-hmm.
And you worship Hiss. Just pray for the cat.
Yeah. It's just what's the modifier?
Plus history.
Yeah, I just checked. Oh, that's still a 9. Sorry.
Oh no, that's still a +1.
Oh, perfect. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, right.
So
But I'm in with it.
Hiss, you get a 10. Choose your 3 options.
My touch, can we say that my touch removes the alien influence since your touch removes disease or purges infection?
I don't think it's a disease or an infection. I think this is something different. It may, I will say, you may be looking to take their pain away.
Well, yeah,
On
obviously
on
that.
a metaphysical level instead.
Okay. So let's do that. Heal the tissue damage and stop the bleeding. And knit the bones back together.
Okay, so I think that there is. You said that your lick spreads nanites, right?
Yeah, and if I could, I'd like to request. I just want it to heal enough harm to be stabilized, not so much that we make him harder to kill if we have to.
For an NPC, you would have to heal them two harm, which is the maximum you can do, because
Okay, fine.
like you did this at the exact right moment. Otherwise, they would have died.
All right.
Because
Healing them
NPCs
for
only
2.
have 5 health boxes, and yeah.
Now, I'm curious. Since my nanites are now in glitch, can I think at him and communicate with him?
Not based on the rules. You need that other
Yeah, that monkey one.
yeah, raised by monkeys.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But I think that these nanites begin healing back, and like it looks like the armor, like where before the armor was blasted off, the armor is regrown, but only to an extent. I think they're still missing like this entire section, like right here, like part of what would be the pectoral muscle, an entire arm. Like it's just not growing back. The nanites can only do so much with what is left and what they can grab. Like that pulse rifle took out a bunch of matter that is no longer there.
Yeah, I used to shoot down UFOs with this thing.
And I think Glitch begins like spasming a bit, but like Carlisle, you realize that this is like a gesture of sadness and regret. Like this would be like crying if your people could cry.
I know now why you cry, but it's something that I could never do, as Arnie said in Terminator 2. Yeah. Is he gonna make it? Yeah. Good. Let's go get our stuff.
You haven't gotten
Carlisle,
the codes yet.
sit your ass down and let me take care of you.
Fine. Orchid,
I
get
know
the
you don't have time to bleed, and I don't have time to lick up your blood.
Orchid, get the codes. Cat, holds out his like mangled arms.
Okay, dear Metal Man, I do see that you had a rough day so far. So here's a proposal. You see this perfectly beautiful cat that is actually a god, and it just rescued you. So I've been the leader of a cult about this cat. So my proposal will be: you give me the code, I'll allow you into my cult, so you could worship your savior. And honestly, I think I've just the perfect job within our cult. You know, you've been communicating with the aliens, and I happen to have a whole bunch of these huge ass antennas. So if you're part of my fellowship, like that would be a perfect opportunity for you to operate satellite dishes, if that's something you're interested in from here on, and not being a war machine anymore.
Yeah, roll plus cool to charm.
7.
Ooh, let me check these moves. Um, hmm. I think they're
Maybe I still have to pay him the barter.
no, I think Glitch is going to ask for a compromise. That if Hiss is truly a god, that you use what you find in the belly of the ship to augment Hiss.
Well, I can't really make that decision because who am I to um, bring such actions upon a god? So
I
maybe
look
we
at
ask
you,
his.
and it's a way that says, "Let me think about this for a second." And inasmuch as you can see a cat kind of furrow its brow and crinkle its face like it's pondering something quite deeply, that's what you see. Until you see the unmistakable slow smile start to spread across my mouth and some fangs poking out as I think, this could be fun.
Okay, dear Metalman, I think we have a deal. Did you see that? I think our god approves of our actions.
Yeah, and you will get the I think like this weird little flash drive thing will extend from one of Glitch's fingers, and they'll hand it over to Orchid. Insert this.
Okay.
Time to roll to stabilize Carlisle.
Yeah. Should we do the healing and then go get our stuff?
I was saying, we should do the healing and see how this cult is dealing with Harmony.
Okay, that is a 5, so that gets me +2 is 7. Anybody want to help?
Anyone want to interfere?
Can I help? Is that a thing I can do?
We do have history together.
Mm-hmm.
And you can help, Carlisle.
Cool.
Though that will be a move.
Will be a move, yeah.
What about Orchid?
Fine.
I mean, don't you want to push your machine to the brink of death?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So I rolled a 8.
Then that means you what is your weird?
My weird is 1.
And I'll just give Hiss an extra choice from the list of healing touch, but please take 1 harm, Carlisle.
Yep.
Heal tissue damage and stop bleeding.
Okay.
Does Carlisle have any broken bones at this point?
Yeah, lots of bullets went in Carlisle.
Knit the bones back together. Does Carlisle have any kind of disease or infection?
Lead poisoning.
Are you being serious or sarcastic?
I am being serious. There's a lot
Okay.
of lead in Carlisle.
Then remove the disease and purge the infection.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like all these bullets begin to drop out of Carlisle. All these
Little nanites pushing them out.
yeah, these but this time it's not nearly as effective. It's like they don't have as much of the natural flesh to work with. You still heal 2 harm, but you're at 9 o'clock. It's not going to get any better without someone taking a good long look at you.
Well, can rest when the mission's over.
Yeah, and speaking of someone who has a infirmary and everything, Harmony, how have you been? You've been making the mall your own, it seems, haven't you?
Yep. Yeah.
Have you been inviting people to come worship you and your refuge? How have you been getting people to come to you?
Oh, I think we haven't I think Harmony hasn't necessarily been inviting people to come worship. Like that's just happened against Harmony's will. I think like we do offer healing and help, and then oh, these people, they like I shouldn't have let my folks set up that shrine. As we established happened when I was passing out at the end of last session.
Well, let me check the safety real quick. Yeah, I think what we see, like there are these shrines to the many faces of the Gray Wing, and Harmony, as you are like you have healed, you are doing much better until one of your gang members comes up to you, boss. Oh, fucking A, boss. They're doing stupid shit at the shrine. Oh, they're doing stupid shit.
Well, you'll have to be more specific because that's basically all the shit they do at
They're
the
trying to make people drink poison.
It's just Harmony's the main thought running through Harmony's head. Okay, let's head over.
Yeah, and at this one shrine, which I think it has the pictures to the gang member who gave her life so you could live. The first mother martyr of the Gray Wing. But I think like there's all these riches, all these like how people like leave fruit at shrines and things like that. Like there are bullets, there are like there's food, there is water, there are high tech gizmos, just all offered up, and there is this big, well fed man with a small like travel keg that he is like pouring cleaning chemicals into. The Gray Wing of Death offers a life of luxury and plenty in a plane beyond this one. Come, be well off instead of having to fight off people in this world. Drink and be well. And you see people murmuring and like just like some people who seem to have not eaten in days, wondering if a life of plenty in a plane beyond this one is worthwhile. What do you do, Harmony?
Oh, I shout out, what are you goddamn idiots doing? And I am now reading someone in a charged situation.
Yep, I think you are.
That's the key. Just make it charge, no matter what the situation is. Okay, that is a 9.
You hold 2.
Cool. So yeah.
Win an
Yeah,
improvement
first off,
bonus.
I'm gonna look at this guy. Is this guy seriously telling the truth? Like, is he actually believe this, or is this just like some jerk manipulating folks?
I think you know this guy. This guy was one of your gang members' exes. He's pissed off that he got dumped.
Why can't he go off and just start a regular death cult?
He needs to fuck with yours.
Oh yeah, and yeah, in that case, I'm gonna say how could I get you to shut up and fuck off?
I mean, he's offering he's professing true belief. If he really believes in his message, shouldn't he drink first?
Yeah. Yep, I take like a scathing look at this idiot, and let's see, who are my folks? Right. Just because Rhapsody dumped your ass does not mean you come around here and fuck with these folks. How about you make us a little show of your faith before leading any of these people into your bullshit?
Ooh. Do you think you are confronting someone, or maybe? Yeah, I will say. Do you want to confront someone? Maybe use your gang to hold this person accountable.
Yeah, I just realized now that I probably should have been less aggro in this, but that's probably what I'm doing.
Okay, confront
Forgot that my
someone.
aggro was -1. But let's see. There's always a chance this can go well. No, that's a 1. That's a roll of
Oh,
1 total. So let's see how all these people die horribly.
oh no, no, dear. I'm not that kind of mean. I'm a
Okay.
different kind of mean. And I think you are like you're pointing out, and that's when you see this shaking at the shrine, and that's when under all these offerings, the armor that Requiem used to wear, that 8 Requiem, uh, starts unfurling. It it opens up behind this man. Its maw gapes as it chooses him to be the next flock member of your Grey Wing cult. You have a new gang member.
Yep.
I think the thing is, he now realize, like, now that he has been chosen, he he kind of wants you to stay powerful, so he'll just like slap the keg off the podium and just spill the chemicals everywhere instead of offering it to people anymore. The people can't tell if it's a spasm from the suit or him actually being a decent person now, or something in between.
I give him a look. You know, since you were so willing to share your faith and good fortune with the people before, now that you're a part of the gang, I really think that you should be sharing anything you have with these hungry folks.
Yeah, I don't think you need to charm or just like he works for you now. He will start distributing his wealth and possessions amongst the people.
Yep.
I think that will take over the devotion and worship wants of your people now that they have seen what you can do, and your machines can. I mean, you've handed out food. They no longer need devotion, and this thing ate a man in front of them. That's worth worship.
Yep. What's this guy's name, by the way? We haven't named him.
Yeah, I will call. Let's see. Rhapsody was his lover. I think I'll call him. Oh, I'm going to borrow from Leandro. Sforzondo.
For Sando?
I'll spell it in chat.
Oh, okay, I see.
I love that we have a cat cult and a death cult. I mean, this is.
So for Sando, the fucker we make carry shit.
The hireling.
I mean, he bought into this cult last in, worst work. Also, I just don't like you.
He's not been proven yet either. He's not. He
I
hasn't
mean,
been.
really, the thing is though that like anyone else joining this cult is going to come in still at a rank above him.
Yeah. Just because you have a suit doesn't mean you're accepted.
Yeah.
I think that's when. Oh, I think that's when. Like you you hear like these bells coming through the mall, and these signal that I think these are the signals of merchants in places of safety.
Okay. Yeah, I gesture at Rhapsody, Melody, well, actually probably specifically Melody. Melody's the scout. I have him send him off to take a look at what's coming, make certain that we're prepped.
Do you think this is a charged situation, or do you think?
I guess I'm willing to like. What is your call on that? Like, is it
I
charged
don't
yet?
think
Or
so. I
yeah,
think
I
not
didn't think
yet.
so either.
Yeah, and like he will. The Melody will come back eventually with information that looks like merchants from the exoskeleton have arrived to peddle their wares with all these new people showing up in one place.
Yep. I'll head out then and take a look over at these folks.
Yeah, and we have our wonderful.
Make certain that Carlisle and Orchid are not among them.
Nope, but there is Percy, and I think Percy will be hunting you down. Has favors to ask of you, and Percy will be like rubbing the back of his head. I think he offers you this like small like a reload of ammo for a gun kind of amount of like a small gift of barter for a violence of small gift of violence to soften you up.
Hmm.
You seem to be
Is this
doing.
just like fictional, or is that like worth actual barter?
You can take one barter,
Okay.
and he will. You you seem to be doing well for yourself.
I guess that depends on your definition of well.
I
There things are moving. Because I am still like I was pretty fucked up last session.
yeah. You definitely have healed due to the infirmary. You probably have scars,
Yeah, I have massive scars all along my torso.
and Percy gives a weak, sad grin. Well, there's really no rest for the wicked. I think it's. I'd I'd like to hire you and yours.
Well, that's interesting. We now that we're set up here, we're always looking maybe for new work. What exactly were you were you thinking?
I need to fuck over Orchid. She's messing with my best friend.
Oh, well, I think we can come to a deal then.
and and Percy will explain how he's afraid that the rumors of this person portraying Hiss as a god may make Hiss's head grow way too large, and that he will explain that he's heard that she's looking for something on the exoskeleton, that they are currently there, and he'll offer you a massive stake in his business. What will amount to 4 barter to go fuck them up. Or at least make sure they take what they find, or make sure they don't get what they're looking for.
Yeah, I can go well, actually I think that I do kind of because I'm a little bit distrustful of this, even though like I do want to jump in on the
This is a
uh
charged situation.
yeah. I'm gonna read someone again.
Okay.
Oh, my luck continues. I got a 4.
I will be generous and let you hold one anyway.
Okay. I mean, generous or just charitable at this point.
Pitiable.
Yeah, pitiable. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm going with, are you telling the truth again? Like, is there something being kept from me here?
Yes, this is not his desire. This is someone else's.
Now, I'd like to work with you, but something tells me that you're not the one who's actually looking to do business here. How
I'm the
about
one.
you clue me in on that, and then we can see how we proceed.
I think the hard move is that you look in Percy's eyes, and you see the reflection of the gray wing of death in them.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, that sort of says who's behind this.
Yeah. I open my brain.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you improve.
Yep.
We.
After the roll, though. Just barely, just barely. The dice want me to give me a miss, but I just barely manage it.
Okay, you see, oh, I think you see, what bird or, yeah, what bird represents your gray wing of death?
Oh, I think it's a, let's say, I think I described my gang as, yeah, I think a
Dragonflies?
raven.
Yeah, oh,
Raven.
yeah, you see, a, uh, a raven's nest in the middle of a giant spider's web. Uh, and no spider yet, but I think this gives you a good enough idea of what I'm hinting at.
Yeah. Well, in Harmony's head, Harmony thinks that Arachnes subverted the Gray Wing somehow, but I give Carlisle a look
Or
and,
Percy.
or Percy, right? Percy, sorry. Percy a look and say, I think we've got a deal. Give me the deets and I'll look into it.
Yeah, I
And
think.
if you think this necessitates a deceive, because I am totally deceiving Percy here.
Oh, you are.
I am now that I know that Arachne's involved, I am more inclined against doing this job as he wants it done.
Okay, yeah. Roll to deceive. Choose your advance as well.
Yeah, right. I'm marking up weird.
Sweet. Though you may want to take that brain picker move that gives you +1 weird and +1 psi,
Oh,
or do that next when you get +3 weird.
yeah, I was gonna get the weird instead because it only will take me up to a weird max of 2. And
True.
if I get any other weird option, that advance becomes effectively useless.
Yep. So yeah, let's see how you do with this deceive.
Okay, that's an 8.
I think they'll offer you a threat, and if Orchid survives, you know what will befall you all.
And what do you mean by that?
He's asking that in character.
No, more out of character. Like, you know what I will befall.
Basically, he's threat. The threat is that if you do not kill Orchid, that killers are going to come for you and the
Oh,
Coursers.
okay. Right. Cool. Uh, yep. I give him a nod and I think we understand each other. And I think I then call up the group to head out on the exoskeleton.
Gotcha. And I think we will take a 10-minute break now. Let's be back at 30 after the hour, and we will continue this story. Uh-huh. Welcome back, everyone. And I think we will cut from Harmony going off to a lovely war to see what is behind the doors that these codes lead to, that so many people wanted. I'd like to find out. So, yeah, Carlisle, Hiss, Orchid, you guys end up at these doors in a place on the exoskeleton that is actually kind of devoid of life. It's like no one, since it's locked, it doesn't need to be guarded. No one comes here. There's no real purpose. You see scars on the door from when people have tried to break in. You see this, all kinds of evidence that people have tried this, but nothing has worked. Uh, who is doing what?
Yeah, so I'll type in all the code, and then when the last digit is missing, I'll turn towards his and I say, his, would you like to have the honor to open the sacred door to our future?
I look at Orchid, and Carlisle can tell this is a look of, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But Orchid sees it as a look of respect. Because I'm a cat and we can be duplicitous. This is why we rub up against your legs when we want food. And I will gently lift up a paw. One claw extends, and I tap the final number in. So what happens?
Explosions, everything goes to hell, everyone's dead. Now
Figured as much.
the
Oh, we were
doors.
playing Cthulhu.
Yeah, Azathoth is behind the door. Congratulations, you're insane. The doors open and there is stale, sterile air behind this. Like it's not been breached in decades.
I'd like to read a sitch.
Okay.
That's 11 on the dice plus 1.
Okay, so you get 3 questions.
All righty. Who or what poses the biggest threat to me here?
That would probably be the ancient defenses that have never been triggered.
Okay. What should I be on the lookout for?
Um, I think ooh, I'll say defective technology.
Okay. All righty. And then, Will, Mario, any of the 3 remaining questions look good to you?
I would suggest what's my best way through, but that's
Yeah.
me.
That sounds like a good one.
All righty. What's our best way through? Besides
Um,
not going in.
um, that would be I think you like some kind of a weird memory that's not your memory from that alien upgrade that was done to you. Lets you realize like there's a tour panel that was probably done when the ship had like the like this was the ship that was the military's uh, prototype. You know, like if you come this way, we will show you like, you know, this will blow away our detractors. This will lower the photon torpedoes.
Is
But
that panel nearby?
it is direct. It is very close by, and I mean, you pressed a button, you can probably start the tour.
I would like to start the tour. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So your best way through is to take your time and follow the tour guide.
So let's have a guided tour of a dead alien spaceship.
Did
Yeah.
you have anything better to do today?
No.
Yeah, so I think like this is just going to be taking time. You guys are getting history lessons that I think Hiss understands. An Orchid, like you've read the old Alien scripts enough. Like I think you know them phonetically. You've never heard them said, but like you know enough to like get through context what is being said, and just it's like hearing a language spoken that you only know how to read, kind of thing. And but like you are learning about the ins and out of this ship. This ship was a transport war vessel. They had definitely come to this planet to look for resources. And I think like you'll learn a few secrets on how to fire off some of the weapons on the ship, how to utilize the ship as it was meant to do. I mean, not saying that they're still online anymore with all the people have done to the ship, but you know how to utilize it. And finally, you'll get to the secret cargo at the core of this being, and it is the terraforming mutagen, which will turn Earth into a better replica of their home world. It is they are starting with the barely sentient fauna of Earth. And this is a huge tube of that shit that was injected into you by Orchid's people.
Ooh, decisions.
I mean, Mr. Grand wants this. Maybe he wants to build an army of mutates.
This isn't something I feel comfortable with anybody else having. Carlisle, what do you think?
Burn it.
I mean, I'm just going to point out that when I had my little episode back at the dishes, Orchid's system injected me with some of that goo. And you know I was already weird, but I got a whole lot weirder.
And do you want to be even weirder?
In that case, I really want to tap in, like open my brain and tap into the maelstrom. I just need to know, like, what's the bigger connection here?
Okay.
That's an 8.
I'd like to assist, see if I might be able to get Orchid a better role. Is that okay?
You can assist. I'm not sure if it would be a.
It would be a +1 only, right?
It could be a +1. It could be letting a history roll, but I think like this close to the mutagen, like you may be able to help. I'm not sure I'd allow a re-roll this time. If it's okay, do you mind if we let the 8 stand?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what you get is that you know that this stuff is undiluted. Like what you had was like made to be injected. This is you get the sense that this is unrefined. That injecting this raw would probably do more harm than good. You need to refine it.
Okay, so basically, this is maybe not the god particle, but this is more of like the god liquid kind of thing, because I've seen it make like causing his to be more of a god than he was before. So um
It's just a weapon, Orchid. It's not a god.
I'm Metal Man. I'm not willing to argue about my god.
Something
You
never
earned
change.
you earned some trust. And you have been a loyal friend these past days. I'll give you that. But I'm not willing to speak such heresy in front of his.
I'm going to rub against your legs, purr, and look up at Carlisle. And Carlisle knows that look means, what are you going to do? You know, different strokes for different folks, dude.
Carlisle swears and wishes that they still made cigarettes.
I will say that maybe augury could be used to change this into a different form that his could utilize.
So if we take a sample back to the
yeah.
cult, you could use your
Or
augury.
the brainer gear that Orchid has.
Yeah, I just want to throw in. I thought about that brainer gear, and narratively, I thought it would be the best that this is this chamber, that I could have picked the psychic overload chamber, and that is one room of my underground bunker.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't have it on you, so you and you don't have your. Well, I mean, you can channel through the cat statue using your followers as the antenna if you want to risk them.
Well, that seems really plausible because what good is a cult for if the god is dead?
Yeah.
Um, so we need to make sure that our actions are well thought.
So yeah,
Um,
roll weird to augury if you would like.
this time it's a 9. I could use some
Yeah.
help here, I guess.
Hiss, do you want to help your loyal servant?
Who else could help them?
Through
Who
calling
else
her.
would help them?
So
Carlisle
I've got
definitely.
+1, and that is a 9 + 1 is 10 for history.
Okay, so it gets you a +1 history with Hiss Orchid. And does that take you to a 4?
To a 3.
Good, almost there. So and you get a +1, so you get a 10. So let us look at augury real quick. Yeah, you get to choose one from the first 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably you would want to either protect Hiss from the toxins of the unrefined formula, or extract the impurities of the mutagen.
Yeah. Did his already voice his opinion against building an army of gods?
The problem with creating gods is that you don't know what they're going to do with their power.
That's true.
And I would think that as a cult leader, you would understand that implicitly, because I'm sure you've had a follower or two go off the rails and you've had to deal with them. So
This is okay. So, my proposal will be we make sure this is kept safe. This is made like we distill it and make it a real safe thing to use, because we have seen we could give you, like, we could add to your 7 lives with this kind of equipment.
there are many things we
So
can do with this.
yeah, okay, then in that case, we take it, we make sure it's safe, and we make sure it's the best quality for us to use in the future.
We need to keep it secure, and we need to make sure that we're the only ones who know about it. This is the sort of thing that people will go to war over and kill for.
Okay.
It
I give
cannot
Carlisle-
fall into anyone else's hands. You are dealing with God power here. You must be
I'm eyeing-
judicious.
While his is saying that, I'm eyeing Carlisle real close. And I'm like, can I trust you on this? Are you with us?
Are you with them, Carlisle?
If your plan is to make more, Hiss is fine. But what, you're going to just line up your followers and toss them into the alien goo? If someone who thinks that the alien wants to beat an alien conspiracy, you sure seem too keen on playing with their toys.
At this
He's-
point, I just got to say, my jaw drops. More hisses. That cat in the casino. I'm going to be a dad. We could have like weird little baby me's running around.
That's just what the world needs.
At this, I flip my tail and I glare at you.
I'll help Hiss. But I'll be watching to make sure you don't lose control.
Well, if you help his, we're on the same page, because that is what I dedicated my whole life to do.
As of last week.
You don't know what has happened before.
Every day you can start a new life, Carlisle.
Anyway, let's.
just-
What are we
let's,
doing with the augury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. What was the? I want to get rid of these dangerous particles that are in there. I just want to make the goo safe.
Okay. And then choose your other 2 options: that it will persist without you actively maintaining it. It reaches deep into the world's psychic maelstrom. It reaches broadly, maybe universally, throughout the world's psychic maelstrom. It's stable and contained, no bleeding.
Yeah, well, I can't help it, but I think the most interesting thing would be it reaches broadly, maybe universally, through the world's psychic maelstrom.
And your other one?
It's stable and contained. That was what it was all about.
Ooh, yeah. So, I think there is like the lights in the. You put that cat statue down. You focus your worship energies on it, and the weird like emerald green goo starts turning this shimmering, beautiful gold, like the same cat statue. And somewhere in Harmony's refuge, the few ampules of alien goo turn gold. Everywhere where there is mutagen, it is cleansed and good and perfectly okay for use in insertion now for mutations. We'll see how this goes, but yeah, Hiss, you're what has mutated you before is now pure and ready for use. What is going to happen?
Hmm. I want to open my mind to the maelstrom and see what I can figure out about this stuff. See if I can get any inclination of what will happen if I use more. Is that fair?
No, but I'll let you do it anyway.
That is a 7 plus 2 is 9. Is there any way that anybody else can help?
Yeah, I'm super interested in seeing what's
Well,
up
actually,
with that
you get a +1 from your Rita Sitch earlier in the same. So.
That's right. +1 forward for the to
yeah.
depress
So you get a
okay. There's a 10.
What you had before was refined for general mammalian use, thanks to the worship of Orchid and the cult. This is refined for. You're technically kind of a puma, so puma use. This is better. This is more. This is like how how the idea of medicine is sort of generic now. This would be if like the medicine was sculpted for his.
Like one of those genetically targeted cancer treatment type things.
Yes.
So everyone who uses it ends up with whiskers.
Or it's going to be like, oh, I have Prozac. Cat Prozac? Okay.
I think I kind of have to use some.
As you wish.
Yeah. I think someone will have to help you to get this stuff ready to be injected into you. You have paws. You cannot work the mechanics.
I think that's going to probably fall to Orchid because.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Carlisle at this point in time is just kind of like grudgingly going along with what's going on. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I wanted any of this stuff was because I guess the aliens wanted it, right? So I'm gonna let you. I think I would like to say that maybe the agreement is that we will use this on Hiss, and then Carlisle would like to blow the hell out of this part of the vault to not leave anything behind for the aliens.
Oh.
You don't want to take it for my little babies?
You can make them the old-fashioned way, Hiss.
Well, I already
Or you
made them.
did.
Well, then you can find them and be a real dad.
Listen.
He wants to take some for the kittens.
Well, to be clear, I would save some of this my own because I've not only read about cats that are gods. I've read about eagles and snakes and whatnot that are gods. I might have some use for some of this later.
You're going to create Quetzalcoatl, aren't you?
You can, let's say you take some of it then. Samples.
Look, I want some of it for my
kind of thing. Yeah, feel
on
free.
our way back through.
Go for
I
it.
just want to hit the casino. I want us to get my paramour, and I should probably introduce myself this time and get her name, and then we'll take her back with us, and she'll have her litter, and I'll be a good cat dad, and we'll give some of this stuff to the kittens. It'll all work out. It'll be good.
Go for it.
I mean, Carlisle, we're talking about giving cats godlike powers. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. I begin to question my decisions.
So yeah, I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to use this stuff.
Okay. Orchid, roll to help.
Wait, is Orchid rolling to actually set it up, or?
Yep.
Okay.
So I rolled quite bad. It was a 6, but it's plus the history, which is +3. So
Yeah, so
it's still a 9.
You were not able to do so before. You are able to do so now.
Can I help to get him a 10?
Nope. That is helping. That is what this help does. It allows you
Okay.
to use the mutagen.
Copy.
And you cannot help. You cannot interfere with interferences. But yeah. So I will say you get 2 more mutation points.
Awesome. Also, do you have I had a level. Do you have a suggestion for another move that I could?
Raised by monkeys. If you want to talk to other people, you are being injected in a mutagen. You may want to choose an additional 2 mutation points.
Ooh, that's a good point. All right. Let me ponder those 2 mutation points. And shall we grab this elixir and get the hell out of here and blow everything else to hell?
Oh yeah, but if you guys are you guys going to set up explosives to blow this place to hell? You're just going to blow up a level of the exoskeleton, let people suffer above and below.
Still, sounds like that's something we would do.
I don't think I particularly want to destroy the entire exoskeleton so much as just whatever's remains of this mutagen somehow.
You
I
want
can't
to
do-
you want to like try and put in like a virus to like destroy the tech itself, like you know, like you've entered the password too many times. No one can ever use this again.
Whatever means are available to us without destroying this entire hold.
And to not destroy the entire hold, I mean, you have a gun with environ damage. You can just take it to the computer tech of this.
I mainly want to feel like I should be denying the enemy the use of a thing that can turn our entire planet into its planet. Because
Yeah, so
God cats aside, I don't feel like that would be a positive step for the human race.
yeah, so I'll say, like, if you want, you can just like use bring the environ damage to bear. But like you since this is a handheld weapon, you're not like and it's just one environment. It's not like you're setting up a C4 everywhere and setting it off to destroy several floors. You are just like shooting up this room.
I kind of imagine like standing at one, and just like shot after shot of just blowing things up inside this hold, kind of this particular vault.
I like to imagine that tour guide was like explaining all this, like this room in the alien tech, and then you start blowing the computer up, and like, this is the,
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Is that something I just do?
Yeah, you can just do that.
Perfect.
Or you can interfere with the aliens if you'd like to make it a roll.
I'm fine with it not being a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you guys are leaving at the entrance to this this room are the choristers in their armor. They have arrived, and maybe if you hadn't taken the tour, they wouldn't have had time to pick it up. Come find you guys, but you're all back together.
Harmony. So you've got a new member of the flock.
Yep. So you've gotten up to more of your bullshit?
Fair. Just about finished with it, actually.
Yeah, well, we're gonna want you to scurry off.
Well,
I look at you quizzically.
Harmony, have to tell you something. In this room, on your territory, I had a vision. And the vision told me, you'd better worship cats, not ravens.
Christ, the aliens invade, the whole world goes to hell, and we're still dealing with religious wars in the middle of what's left. Jesus.
I'm not saying abandon your raven beliefs. I'm saying pay attention to the cat.
What is it you want here, Harmony? You just come to say hello?
Look, we've gotten some business here that apparently someone doesn't want you fucking around with what's in here and wants it out of your hands.
And who's that?
You're talking aliens now.
Carlisle gestures behind him to the, where there's probably like a faint smoke coming up the corridor through the thing, and points, and he's holding a pulse rifle still in one hand, and it's like glowing slightly, and he's like, little too late to stop us from fucking with it.
He did kind of shoot it. And you know how when Carlisle shoots things, they stay shot.
Besides, it was just a bunch of
Yeah.
alien tech, mutagens, like a weapon of mass destruction is what we used to call them.
Yeah, and so do you actually have that big canister that you were carrying out with you?
Orchid's probably dragging it along behind him, right? Like...
No. This is just, holy water.
I think
That's something the ancients used.
I think we brandish our guns. We're gonna need you to hand that over.
Harmony, please don't do this.
Yeah. Don't do this.
Just tell us what happened. Tell us who did it. We can fix this.
What are you shaking your head for, Ferret? Judging us.
Because no one can fix anything. It's all violence.
Yeah.
See, Harmony, I'm sorry that my call is, let's be honest, a bit cooler than yours.
At this, I glare at Orchid and I start flipping my tail.
But that doesn't, we're not in a competition. I'm cool if you want to have many gods. That's cool for me. You can have ravens and cats and snakes and name it.
Would you just tell Orchid to shut up? Because apparently you speak Orchid's language.
Orchid, please.
Yes. Okay.
We don't need to compete and we don't need to fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I don't mind. Like I'm cool with either way. I'm just saying we're not in a competition here.
I nudge you with my head, but it's one of those cat nudges where because of the mass behind it, it kind of knocks you against a wall.
Yeah.
So it's one of those kind of like sweet things, but there's. And I turn around and look back at Harmony.
Do you want to interfere with Orchid's rant?
Me?
No, I'm aiming for it, and once I'm shut down, I just try to leave the premise with the canister.
Oh dear. What are you all going to do as Orchid begins to walk off?
Walk off with him.
I'll keep talking to Harmony because this is, as loath as I am to admit it, Harmony has helped me in the past, and I feel that there is that I have the obligation to try to resolve this peacefully and to try to make sure that we're all civil and at least on not shooting terms.
Well,
So,
how
as a
many ones
reminder
do
for
you have?
myself, what's his face did specifically not mention hiss among the people that he did not want to have stuff.
Correct.
Percy?
Yeah, Percy did not mention hiss.
Look, if hiss wants to take the canister, I'm fine with that.
See, problem solved. Orchid,
Yeah,
put the
sure.
canister on my back.
They used to have these things called lawyers. You know, you'd fit right in. Letter of the contract was always better than the spirit.
I mean, I don't know, like, but I do. Now, what exactly though do you want with that? Because I honestly still have no fucking clue what's going on here.
Who sent you here, Harmony?
Is one of us reading the other?
Yeah, can we do that? Is that a thing you can do?
Exactly, you can.
Yeah,
You can read PC.
Okay.
I think I am initiating that. And if you want to read me back, that's fine. Or interfere, anything else like that.
Mm, sweet.
Okay. I would like to read you back, I think. Good, the same situation. So you roll first, if you'd like.
And that is a 6. Still keeping on par for my character.
Yeah, I'll say, Carlisle, you've rolled a 10 plus to read Harmony.
No.
Can I help Harmony?
You can help Harmony.
It's okay. Carlisle can have the 10 plus.
Okay. So, how could I get you to well, you know what are you feeling, Harmony?
Honestly, Harmony is still pretty fucking angry.
Hmm.
Like probably 60% Carlisle, 40% Orchid, 100% love for Hiss. Those are the 3 emotions there.
Okay. What are you thinking of doing?
I think Harmony wants to get this canister so that they can bluff their way in with Arachne and then deal with Arachne themselves.
And how could I get you to put aside our differences and you know, help us take down whatever's started this whole thing off?
I think if you're
Maybe if we help you?
Yeah, I think if you're willing to like either
Let you stay in the mall?
let me.
Ooh.
I now have a weapon with 2 environ damage, and I also have my mechs. You're not letting me.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say that I think that if you were to help me in dealing with Arachne, I could put our differences aside.
Sure. Well, if that was vocalized in some manner, I'm sure we'd be able to do that. How would that be? Like,
I mean the questions are like you actually figure that out.
yeah,
Like in
yeah.
character. And I
Yeah.
think this is probably like like the tense, like if we were to kind of, rather than play that all out, I think since we all have the information now, I think there was kind of an intense negotiation between us,
Yeah.
like as this is all kind of sorted out. And Orchid is just trying to be the as shady as usual and just trying to like step away while we're talking.
Well, not really. Now that I don't have the canister, the thing is, Orchid actually really likes Harmony, but it's always there's a little competition, a sense of competition swinging with it. So I think once we resolve the argument and we're sort of on the same page about not killing each other, Orchid pulls out a big ancient book, and you can see like history of Egypt or whatever written on it. And I'll walk over and I'm saying, I'm having a hard time talking to, let's say, equals. Usually there's a hierarchy involved whenever I talk to somebody. So forgive me for finding not the right words always, but I do feel your loss and I'm sorry it happened. And to show that to show you my good faith, I want to give you one of my very, very sacred books.
I think Harmony rolls their eyes a little bit when you say, "I'm not used to talking to equals." Oh, I can't think why I disliked you before, Orchid.
So yeah,
So
are you
the point is, are you accepting the book?
Yeah, I'm
And the peace
accepting the
offer?
book. I'm just being really sarcastic about it, but Orchid
Sure.
probably not
Doesn't understand.
being yes.
How about we take the canister with us? We'll follow this until until we reach the end, and you can take it back afterwards, Orchid.
I need
Show
to
good
make a
faith,
pit stop along the way, though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They used to call those booty calls.
No.
Oh, I see. Paying your child support. I see.
No. I want to take her with us. I
Well-
mean, if I'm going to be a dad, I want to be a good cat dad. I want to have a family. I want to make sure those kittens are taken care of. Also, I want to make sure that their mom gets some of that. Whatever this mutagen. Who knows? Maybe it'll accelerate the gestation process. Maybe I'll have kittens sooner. Maybe they'll affect them in utero. Maybe they'll be born like me.
Terrifying prospects, all of them.
Come on,
Terrifyingly
Carlisle.
adorable.
I pat her hiss on the head and say, "Good luck with it." We'll see you out. I'll see you out the front.
I need your help because you understand me, but that woman with that cat on that leash isn't going to understand me.
Well, perhaps your loyal follower could purchase a bride for his god.
I look at Orchid.
Orchid shrugs her shoulders. Like, what do you mean? We don't purchase as gods? That's not how it works.
Consider it a sacrifice.
Paying a
to the
dowry.
universe. Yes, paying a dowry. Exactly, Harmony. And for a moment, Carlisle's like, the person I stabbed is the sanest person. It's the sanest sentient I know. In the
I do not know how you did not figure this out at that up until now.
Yeah, well, no, totally did. But you are kind of the leader of a death cult of your own. So.
I'm perfectly sane. I just want a litter of mutant kittens.
Yeah, it's like it's sane for a mutant cat. Yeah, entirely.
And Harmony understands that entirely. Like, more mutant kittens in Harmony's view is always better.
So, are you guys going to go back to the casino to try and, well, are some of you going to go back to the casino and try to get this cat? Seems like Carlisle is leaving the exoskeleton and waiting for you outside.
If possible, I would like to maybe seek out a doctor of some sort at the exoskeleton and maybe get my wounds bound properly while they do
Yeah.
that.
You can
It's a-
definitely do that.
The full-on thing, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
just, I'll say, you can drop 1 barter to heal 2 harm.
cool. And I did notice recently that I don't think I've ever remembered that I have impossible strength. I can add 1 armor.
Yeah. Ah, damn. Yeah.
Yeah. Must remember that. Cool. Okay, that takes me to 3, right? I think.
Yep. So yeah, as the rest of you go back to the casino, as you hit the floor, the guy with more gold on him than cloth, Mr. Grand, comes out with arms outstretched. My people, did you get what I requested?
Sorry, who are you?
Mr. Grand does not look amused. As who has the canister of mutagen?
It's tied to his back now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine Hiss has it on like those dogs with
St. Bernard's.
yeah, the Saint
Like
Bernard
the little
beard.
cask of brandy.
Yeah, a little cask of mutagen. And Mr. Grand looks at Hiss and is like, I'll be taking that. You brought it back for me. I'm the one who sent you out after this.
Orchid, could you please explain to this human
Mm-hmm.
that it has been engineered to work on cats? If he takes it, he will either be turned into a cat-like being or die horribly and painfully.
Mister, you hear the god. But
Yeah, he looks really confused. The thing just chirped.
Okay, so the thing is, this is not what you thought it would be. This is something from the ancient. They called themselves Egypt, and Egyptians, and they had rituals where they did something with their cats, and then their cats became sort of immortal, you could say. And this is about that. So
Then I will use it on my new acquisition.
nah, you don't. We used it, and
He looks at the container. I will use it on my new acquisition. I will take what is owed to me now.
no. See, there's a problem. You're some sort of, maybe you suffer from some sort of a delusion, but no god, and especially not this god, does owe you anything.
I
Are we
forget.
I want to
clear
read
on
this
that?
pitch.
Wait, Harmony, you want to?
No.
What did you say first?
I was gonna say, I forget. Like, were you not allowed to bring your weapons in here last time?
You were not.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, his kind of can't be separated from
Yeah,
his.
yeah. I was just forgetting if
Yeah.
like it would make fictional sense for
Yeah.
me to have my weapon here, but no.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to read a sitch. In-brain puppet strings.
You have to have time and intimacy for that.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll read the sitch. That is a 9 plus 1 is 10.
Go ahead, ask 3.
Okay. What should I be on the lookout for?
What he will do to your mate.
Okay. What represents the best opportunity for me to get my mate clear?
Give him the mutagen.
So Harmony has an idea here. If you are fine with making things violent.
Quick question though. We've got 3 questions.
Yep.
Okay. Stephen, if you're looking to make things violent, what do you think about who or what poses the biggest threat?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. What's the biggest threat?
The staff of the casino who are armed.
How many of them are there?
Enough to create a medium gang.
Medium gang.
Quick question. I've still got the Heavenly Tiara, and I use that to persuade people or to some sort make them follow my orders at some point. Is that
No,
right?
that just gives you a +1 psi.
Okay.
So
I mean, you can pull out your. Well, you don't. They probably would have disarmed you. I mean, you can. Let's see what happens. Let's with those questions asked. Like if you want to escalate to violence or not.
that was what I was just going to ask Harmony.
And I never really specified, do I have any of my gang with me?
Yeah, you have your entire gang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have your suits because I don't like. I think those transform and like are sort of like you said, like Guyverish or embedded in the people they choose.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that, but if you wanted to go that way, sure.
Yeah.
Because that makes us a lot more dangerous then.
Well, don't forget, I let us in here. It's a dangerous situation, so that means you all get +1 armor.
Yeah. So yeah, I I think Hiss communicates this to me because you can tell me things, and this guy doesn't think you're saying anything.
Yep.
And I kind of give a gesture to the rest of my crew, and we are going to pull a turnaround double cross on these guys.
Are you going to be bringing your grenade tubes to bear? Or your
Yeah, I think that's what is actually mounted on my vehicles. Yeah,
Yep.
I have rocket troops because we couldn't bring in really our lances since that's what we carry around with us.
I doubt they would have allowed you to bring in a rocket launcher.
Well, the rocket tube, yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're actually
Oh no,
like
no, the rocket tubes, yes. Your RPG, no.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking. But also
Yeah.
the lances, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that case, so first off, I do have this move this is what I was thinking. I do have visions of death. When I go into battle, I roll plus weird.
Yeah.
On a 10 plus, name one person who will die and one who will live.
Roll that weird and let's see this miss.
Yep. See, you know the drill. Yep. That is a 5.
Hiss or Orchid, do you want to help?
I would absolutely love to.
Yeah, Hiss. I think with just like I think by explaining this to Harmony, you've sort of prepared them for the violence. So roll your history with Harmony.
Alrighty, 2 seconds here.
Oh,
History
no.
with Harmony is 2. That's an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Okay, so taking +1 history with Hiss Harmony, and Hiss, roll your weird for Harmony.
All right. That is 8 again, plus 2 is 10.
Yeah. So yeah, you get a 10, Harmony.
Okay. So yeah, his mate will live.
Okay. And who will die?
Mr. Gold, fuck him.
Okay.
Is it Mr. Gold or Mr. Grand?
Mr. Grand.
Right,
Yeah,
whatever.
he's just covered in
color
gold. Yeah.
That's what Harmony calls him.
The douchebag in front of us.
Mr. Goldilocks.
Yeah. So you may bring your rocket tubes to bear if you would like.
Yep. And I just say, no, I think we're just gonna to head. And yeah, we launch off.
Yeah, I'm going to say, since his gang was not expecting this. This is more like an Apocalypse World Second Edition sucker situation. He was not prepared, so your rockets deal 1 Viren, I believe, with concentrated fire, or 4 harm. It's like concentrated fire is Environ, 4 harm, area,
Oh, okay.
messy normally, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the gang is dead. A lot of the gamblers are dead. A lot of the dealers are dead. There are chips everywhere. Hiss's mate is up in the office where you met Mr. Grand. She looks down at the explosions and goes back to grooming herself.
I'm gonna like, is she free and able to come down, or?
Oh, she was like just kind of
She's
under.
grooming. Don't disturb her.
I think it's like she's technically behind like 2 bodyguards at the door, but like no, she's not under like no one's holding her hostage.
Okay.
And I don't think the guards really have a boss anymore. As he like I think a bloody gold chain hits the ground. That is what is left of Mr. Grand.
Yep. I look around at the group. Okay, guys, take what here is valuable before we head out. Might as well.
There's no reason not to. And I look at the gold necklace and it's like, do you mind? That might look kind of nice on me.
Yeah, sure. And I put it up around your neck.
Mr. Hiss is born. He pities fools.
And I'm just going to walk up toward the office, look at the guards in front of the door, kind of cock my head at him like, do you really want to die for this right now?
One of the guards is a stocky woman in a power suit. She opens the door and bows to you.
I start purring, nuzzle her as I walk in. Do that cat thing where I just rub up against the leg with a nice long tail rub as well.
She walks in the office after you and just starts going through the desk for valuables. She knows she's not going to get, like, this is how she's getting paid for this. Your mate looks up and she's no longer in heat. She is most likely pregnant.
So, did we ever come up with a name for her?
Nope. I mean, you can ask you can see the name on the collar, or you can ask her name yourself.
I mean, perhaps I should have done this before our rendezvous under the table last time, but I know that names on collars are human words. What's your name? What's your cat name?
cat name is Sever. She is
Sever.
very good at dealing with spines.
And I yell down, Orchid, can you come up here for a moment?
Sure, I'll be right there. And I just appear behind you.
Orchid, this is my maid. Can you please give her some of the mutagen?
I'm sorry, but you're still carrying it. But yeah. Just turn a bit to the right so I can grab the canister.
And I move.
And then I do as I'm told to.
Okay, Orchid, act under fire. Because you were
Ow.
this was something you had to maintain, and you were not maintaining it actively.
Act under fire is
Cool.
plus cool. Okay. It's a 9 though.
Okay,
Can I act to help?
I don't think so, since this is the mutagen itself, and this was dealing with Orchid's lack of like concentration. So,
Sure.
Orchid, someone's going to get poisoned. Either Hiss's mate, Hiss's kittens, or you.
Well, that'd be
Think
me.
of which of the three will not end with you, Dad.
Also remember that I am a medic and I can remove poison.
Yeah, well, there is no doubt that my plan is to have more of the powerful gods that can fight off the aliens. So my humble self is the least burden to sacrifice. No, how do you? No,
Yeah.
not burden.
So
That's not burden.
take 2 psi harm as you are overloaded with the like the toxin of the mutagen, and you have the 1 psi armor from the heavenly tiara. Do you have any others? Like, what's your psi armor rating?
I have I'm not really sure. Is that no? That's not only the psi number, isn't it?
It is just the number under. Yes, the you have 1 psi. So you take 1 psi harm.
Okay.
So roll a 2d6 minus 1.
5.
Ooh. So I think you will be knocked unconscious as it just overwhelms your mind. And Hiss, I think this will probably be the final scene, as Carlisle. I have a bit of a schedule today, and Carlisle is going to be waiting for us outside. I don't know if we're going to top in mutating your loyal queen. So you get to choose 2 mutations for your mate, and we will work with this as time goes on. But I think we see her, beginning to stretch, mutate. However, we're going to see what's going on, and it'll fade to black as like the final like I think the purring begins. And let's go do the after the end of session move before we end for the day. So Harmony, who knows you better?
I think probably Carlisle.
Carlisle, increase your history with Harmony by 1. Hiss, who knows you better?
You know, I got to go with Harmony. Like Harmony helped me get my new cat queen out of there.
Good. Orchid, who knows you better?
I'm not sure. I have to ask that because I think Harmony has seen maybe the most personality Orchid had to offer, like in, I don't know, maybe ever since they first met. So this was the least Orchid being a cult leader and more Orchid being Orchid. But I'm not sure if Harmony actually understands that, or
I think Harmony understands you. They just don't like you.
that's fair enough. But again, then you do know me better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And Carlisle, does anyone know you better?
You know what? I think Hiss. No, Harmony knows me better. I think because I
Cool.
think Harmony knows that.
And I forget, do I reset to 1 or 0?
Is it a positive?
4.
Then
Yeah.
you reset to 1.
Okay.
The negatives reset to 0.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So thank you, and I will stop the streaming.